Paris, France, June 25, 2025. This Wednesday, around 9 p.m., a thunderstorm as intense as it was brief hit Paris. It was accompanied by violent rain and equally powerful winds, causing trees to fall in the 15th arrondissement. In the streets of Paris, many were surprised by the deluge this Wednesday evening. It was 9 p.m. when the capital transformed for a quarter of an hour into a thick fog. Intense rain and strong winds made visibility impossible beyond 50 m. Compared to the violence of the storm that just crossed western Paris, we can say that things went rather well. The Paris Fire Brigade responded shortly after 10 p.m. We have not received any reports of victims or injuries. Our teams were called out to around 40 fallen trees and 8 pumping operations. The firefighters continued, adding that Paris is moving towards a return to normal.
C'est quoi ce truc là?
Although the damage is minor, the RATP has announced the temporary closure of several metro stations, including those at Franklin Roosevelt, Victor Hugo, Alma-Marceau, Môquet, and Porte de Versailles, which were flooded. The Transport Authority is currently unable to specify when the reopenings will take place. Line 14 is closed until the end of service between Saint-Lazare and Saint-Denis-Pleyel stations.
Je suis obligé de m'arrêter là, c'est terrible.
Traffic is also interrupted on the RERD between Gare de Lyon and Goussainville in both directions, due to a power outage near Paris Nord, according to the SNCF, which specifies that traffic should resume around midnight. In a matter of seconds, the streets of the capital emptied of those strolling in search of a bit of coolness. The 35-degree temperatures that had been hitting Paris suddenly became a distant memory. The mercury dropped sharply by 10 degrees Celsius, and wind gusts of 112 kilometers per hour were observed at the top of the Eiffel Tower, 7th arrondissement, according to meteorologist Guillaume Sachet.
Sous un pont sur la rocade de Montauban.
On a map, weather apps show that the west of Paris was more affected than the rest of the city. For example, Porte de Versailles, 16th arrondissement, where several trees were brought down by winds of over 80 kilometers per hour and rain. Branches flew off, trees fell on cars. We're trying to put everything back in order, confides a panicked restaurateur from the nearby Môquet.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce... Ça va dans son sens, ça? Non mais non.
I saw a parasol fly away, then a huge curtain of rain and wind like in a tropical storm during a hurricane, says Sophie, a passerby who took shelter on the terrace of the same restaurant. The people on the terrace took refuge inside because the awning started to sway. That's when I saw a tree fall, then another. We could hear trees cracking all along the road, continues this witness. A few metro stations away, the Beaugrenelle district was also particularly hard hit. This group of tourists who came to enjoy Paris at the start of summer can attest to this, having hurriedly taken refuge under the awning of a terrace in the 15th arrondissement. This wasn't enough to discourage the more adventurous, who took advantage of the newfound coolness to move back outside as soon as the storm had passed.
Le poteau arraché.
On the 7th day of an early national heat wave where the 40 degrees Celsius mark has been crossed again, France is experiencing a risk of associated violent phenomena, hail, gusts, heavy rain and intense electrical activity, this Wednesday. Shortly after 9 p.m., the storm depression hit Paris after having already swept across a large part of the southwest, where hailstones and gusts exceeding 140 kilometers per hour affected many departments. Île-de-France was placed on orange alert for thunderstorms by La Chaîne Météo.
Ici qui klaxonne derrière. Tu peux klaxonner, mon lapin, tout le monde est arrêté, on s'arrête tous.
The temperature dropped drastically in the capital shortly after 8 p.m. According to Météo Paris, the thermometer dropped by nearly 11.4 degrees Celsius in just 20 minutes. Heavy rain then fell across the entire metropolitan area. The bad weather caused flooding on the Quais de Grenelle, where cars moved slowly to make their way through the floodwaters. Due to the intensity of the rain, some urban runoff has been reported in Paris this evening. Also reports La Chaîne Météo *, relaying a video on X of a street underwater.